about this tomorrow. All right, long story short, let me just get to the point. Current charges are current the month of, not my previous balances, overdue payments. So I got the amount of the current charges of the bills that he has to pay half on. So I told him today, I'm like, yeah, I says, hey, I says, I'm gonna get the bills figured out either today or tomorrow, and I'll let you know how much you owe. Now last month he didn't pay anything on the bills. No. And well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna look back on that, but I don't believe he did pay on the bills last month. I'm gonna look back on that because he's always trying to pull some stuff. And he's a narcissist. So he tries to gaslight. So then what happened was I says, you know, I got the bills figured out, and I says, all right, Dan, this is what you owe. You owe $189.99. He goes, I want to see the bills. You don't need to see the bills. I want my half of the money to go on the half of the current charges of each bill because I'm not paying on any of your balances that you owe. That ain't the point, Dan. You still got to pay the bills regardless. Now, let me get on to this. Sorry, my back itches. I got a back scratcher. Now, let me get on to this internet thing. I don't know if I told you guys this part. So, oh my gosh, man, my back itches. So what happened was, internet. Now, I own on the internet, and of course, you know, and he needs the internet for his work. I would never let it get shut off because it works, even though he's a jerk. And he goes and he had said I needed a new modem. He said order a new modem. So I did that, you know, because he said it wasn't working right. I ordered a new modem. I'm like, well, you go ahead and you install it. He installs it. Unbeknownst to me, he downloads the app. So he has access to my business, my bill, how much I owe. So he's keeping track of that. Like, it's my bill, bitch. As long as you pay your half, nothing gets shut off. That's all that should matter. You don't control me. Okay? Now, a week later, he kept telling me, he's like, pay the bill, pay the bill, pay the bill. You're on the bill, pay the bill. And I'm like, you know, I'll pay it when I'm ready to. So I called the internet company, Spectrum. It was Spectrum. And I was telling them, you know, like, hey, you know, I'm a little bit late. How far behind am I? You know, they're like, oh, you know, if you pay $78 now, you're current, you know. Okay. And I'm like, so what about the, I says, I don't try to get behind on this. I says, the internet, I think I said something like the internet doesn't seem to be as fast or something. I forget exactly. Long story short, not to add confusion, I'm so sorry. I don't want to get off in a tangent and confuse you guys. Long story short, they referred me to Brightspeed. Brightspeed, I would get 5 MPA, 2 or 3 times more the speed for $10 less a month. So I jumped on it. So I made an arrangement, went and got it installed. They came out and they installed it. So the guy's like, he says, okay, I'm going to show you how to work it. You know, I'm going to install it on your TV. This is the code you got to put in, you know, help set up your phone, you know. So he helped me do that. And then Dan's upstairs. And I says, Dan, he's like, what? And I'm like, well, the guy that's come up there, he wants to set up your TV. And Dan's like, no, I can do it myself. Real cocky, you know. So I'm like, okay, well, he's on his own. So I had planned on shutting off the Spectrum. He comes up with saying that the Brightspeed that I had installed is not working. He can't get anything. And I'm like, it works fine for me. I can download my videos way faster. You know, things are running faster on my phone and on my laptop and on my TV. So I don't know what you're talking about. Do you think it's because you're not right on top of it? Do you need to work downstairs near the box? I don't get it, you know? Personally, what I think it is I think he wanted to control and watch over my bill. He's a control freak. And I'm not one to mess with that. Number one, you're not my man. And even if you were, which I would never ever go out with you because you're an ugly, skinny ass, nasty. No one can control me. Number two, I'm not your mother. Yeah, you're just not gonna control me. Only God, and even God has to knock me down to get me up, you know, get me in line. So, long story short, I says, well, I'm keeping Brightspeed. I'm not shutting it off. He's like, it's so stupid. You're gonna pay for 2 bills. I'm like, no. If you want to keep Spectrum, then you can pay for Spectrum. And I'll pay for Brightspeed. I won't use Spectrum. I like Brightspeed. No, I ain't paying that. Well, if you want to keep Spectrum, you can pay it. No, I ain't doing that. Okay, then. I'll pay for half of the Spectrum, and I'll pay for the Brightspeed. Okay, we'll keep it that way. Now, let's fast forward to the bills. I told him his share of what he has to pay today. And he's like, I want to see... Wait, there was something else I left out. He's like, I want to see the bills and what, you know, what you owe. I'm like, no, you don't need to see my bills. You need to pay your half. No, I'm not paying it until you show me the bills. Well, no, dude, no, that isn't going to happen. So, there's going to be a couple of things. First, I'm going to talk to Mark, my son, because that's his tenant. And I'm going to tell him, say, look, I'm going to have to talk to Dan, because Dan didn't pay the bills last month, and he isn't paying them this month, because he whines and stuff that my bills are expensive, which is none of his damn business as long as nothing is getting shut off. That's all you should care about. And I'm trying to catch up on my bills. You know? The dude is trying to get me out of there. He's trying to get the bills shut off so that they get in his name, and he thinks that, you know, and he's going to try to run. I know what he's trying to do. I'm on to you, dude. You are not going to play me. I will win this fight. I always win. He just doesn't know who he's messing with. So, if he doesn't give me his half of the money for the bills, and after I talk to Mark, and if Mark doesn't talk to him, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to, the air conditioning unit that he's using upstairs that my son bought me to have downstairs because of my asthma when it gets hot, he took upstairs without asking. I didn't make a fuss about it. You know, it is hot up there. Okay, fine, you know, use it. And then on top of that, when he does come downstairs, aside from that, when he does come downstairs, he leaves his door open. That thing doesn't shut off at all. Oh yeah, and this is another thing. I told him, I'll order curtain rods. I have 2 curtain panels. I'll get 2 curtain rods and I'll put them on the bedroom windows, and you can just move into there. So that way, that room is cool for you instead of you trying to cool the whole upstairs and it won't go off, which is running up my electric bill. And you know, can, it'll drive down the electric bill, because last month our current charges were like $200. So, what I did was, he said, no, I don't want to do that. At first he was like, oh, yeah, okay. And then when I was going to get ready to order the curtain rods, he's like, I ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. So he's just playing games. He's just crazy. Well, anyways, as I was saying, I'm sorry I'm all over the place. I'm here to pick up my order, but I'm going to tell you this real quick. So what I did was, what I'm going to do is, if he doesn't give me his half of the money, I'm going to A, sell that air conditioner up there that he's using, and B, I'm going to shut off that Spectrum internet. You don't want to fuck with me and my bills. So, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get this order, and I will be back.